This is the Andy Citron Injury Attorneys Friday Night Rivals. Presented by Bishop State Community College.
First time ever on a Friday night, we roll into Bay Minette for a matchup between the Baldwin County Tigers and the Blount Leopards. Blount playing their first of 4 straight on the road, and Bay Minette started the year 2-0, and they've lost their last 2, and each team really needing a region win to keep their playoff hopes alive here tonight on Friday night. Good evening from Baldwin County High School, and up here in Bay Minette, we're so excited to be here. And if you watch the games a lot and you were ever wondering which one of us played in the SEC and the other 2 that didn't, it makes it easier to tell. Vic Lockett right here. Know. Dan Brennan, as always, Jim Cox, and we're ready to get this one going. Excited to be here. 6A Region 1 matchup. Lev Holly just said it on the pregame show, Dan. He said, the team that doesn't win this game, they're going to fall behind in the playoff chase. So both these teams really want this region win tonight.
Yeah, they do. They're both physical teams up front, especially on the defensive line. Baldwin County is dealing with some injuries, and Blount is dealing basically really with a lot of youth.
Yeah, and we're going to see tonight Baldwin County, can they get a matchup on the outside? Can they get the ball into the air? Their big receiver, who was a big part of their success last year when this team went 7-3.
Man, we like this guy. I had him on the pregame show, Javis Atchison. He's big, and not only is he big, you see big receivers out there, and he goes 6'3". He can run. He's a 100-meter kid. And in the 40, he's probably somewhere in the 4-5 range, but he can take the top off, as they like to say, even against this Blount defense. So this game may need some big plays, and he may be the guy in orange that can provide one for Baldwin County High School.
Might need somebody off the edge, Vic Lockett, to get back there and be destructive if you're the Blount Leopards. Get back there, try to create some challenges, and also maybe knock this Baldwin County team off the rhythm a little bit.
Yeah, DeCameron Johnson is one of those guys that'll be coming towards the quarterback, trying to stop him from getting time to set up and throw to that big receiver. He's a lunch pail type of guy. He stood out to me last week when he played. He just kind of comes to work, does his job, makes some plays. Good kid, Coach Lev tells me. Great student, 3.6 grade point average. One of those quiet leaders, but he makes enough noise on the football field, being a 6', 250-pound senior. And they said they're going to stand him up a little bit more this week because he's normally a defensive end guy, but I bet they put him down when they start trying to get to that quarterback and do some of that pass rushing.
These teams have, this is the 99th season for Baldwin County High School, and these teams have only played 8 times, 6 wins in a row for Blount. Last time Baldwin County won was all the way back in 1989. Kickoff coming up next tonight from Baldwin County. It's the Blount Leopards and the Baldwin County Tigers tonight here on UTV 44. Had a special flyover tonight. Matt Fisher, a graduate of Baldwin County High School, flying the MedStar Air Care 1 here before the game in Baldwin County. Cat fight tonight, Leopards and Tigers here on UTV 44. Let's go on the sideline as we'll get ready to welcome in Tara Blount coming out on the field, and Tara is down on the sideline. Tara.
The last time the Tigers played at home on this field, they had 2 inches of rain an hour before kickoff. Coach McDaniel said they had crews out here trying to clear all of the rain off of the field, but it was still a mud bath between St. Paul's and Bay Minette, and it ultimately ruined the field. So for the past 2 weeks, there have been no practices, no middle school games on this field, and Coach McDaniel spoke volumes of what the city has done to get the field ready for tonight's matchup. And guys, I think that just speaks volume that it takes faculty, staff, and the city to run a successful program.
And they've been just so great to us, welcoming us out here. The mayor came and saw Jared this afternoon. And Vic, you and I watch a lot of NFL football. This field looks better than Cleveland's last night that was on TV.
I hope there's no Cleveland natives watching the game, because that was Jim Cox.
Yeah. Josh Burton ready to kick off here for the Tigers. Keldrick Smith back deep for the Leopards, and he'll take it at the 2. Smith, stumbled, and he's going to fall out to the 12-yard line. And we will see the Blount offense. There's Lev Holly, 4th year at Blount. Of course, was at Escambia County before that. 28-12 at Blount, 33-27 overall. Lost last week 11-7 to St. Paul's, and like we said in the pregame, Dan, boy, he, going to hold him to 11. Lev would have taken that and figured he's got to win at home against the Saints.
You just got to make a couple of big plays, and they were not able to connect, and I think they had a couple of opportunities. But again, and I think tonight could be very similar to that, guys. It could be the team that either gets the big turnovers or makes the big plays. Yeah, because I don't see either one of these teams sustaining long drives against the defense they're going against.
Marcus Brown, the sophomore, hands this one off. Jarris Williams, another sophomore. Moves it out to about the 18-yard line. Leopards opened the season with a loss to Viger. Then they beat Robertsdale and BC Rain, then lost last week. And look at the starters up front. Howard, Page, Graham. Homecoming king, Kobe McCovery there. And so Lee Hunter, we'll see him on the other side of the ball. Williams, Brown, Tucker, Smith, and Grays on the outside. Second down over the middle, floats this one. It's dropped to had him out at the 30-yard line, and Jay Bryant Bradley could not hold on to it. And take a look at this Bay Minette defense. All starts with number 91 up front. If he can get Baldwin County High School defense, big push, and that's Jeremy Moore. Brooks on the outside, Evans and Earl. Of course, they lost their leading tackler, Jonathan Norris, last week. So Giovanni Hayes is actually going to move up and play at the linebacker spot. Johnson, French, and they've got some playmakers back there in the secondary as well. 3rd and 4, stepping up, firing to the near side, and that one dropped also. Cameron Grays can't hold on to it for the Blount offense, and the Tigers going to force a 3 and out.
Early on, LaMarcus looks like he's on point with his passes.
Yeah, he's throwing it, but it takes 2 to tango, or to get a first down, or to you know, give your team a little passing yardage, and he didn't get a lot of cooperation from the wideouts first trip for Blount.
Yeah, he was a little hobbled at the end of that game last week, and
yeah, he was.
But it looks like he's okay and ready to get this one going. LaVirgil Smith ready to punt for the Leopards from the 5. Shavaris Williams back for Baldwin County, and he'll take it at the 47 with some speed to the outside and put on the brakes, but still good field position for the Tigers here at the Blount 44-yard line.
Did a good job just catching that thing and going forward. I like that out of the punt return.
Nathan McDaniel, head coach here. 2-2 this year, 1-2 in the region, his 5th season. See his record there, 23-21. Spent some time as the DC at Daphne. He's been at Daleville, Prattville as well, and he's really done a great job here. Went 7-3 last year and a 3-way tie in the region, and he was the team on the outside looking in. And so they did not qualify for the playoffs.
Yeah, it was the best Baldwin County season in many a year up here.
Daquan Williams, junior, trying to get it to the outside, and he's chased down. And Baldwin County team says 17 points a game so far. Rodriguez, Fisher, Jones, Bain, and Brooks, of course. They're missing Casey Albany, who's everything offensive lineman for him. He'll come back after the bye week next week. Atchison, who we talked to in the pregame show. Sewell, the quarterback. Crook, also Mims. Sewell, the tight end. Twin brothers. Demir, the quarterback, is 6 foot. DeMarcus, the tight end, is 6'4". Cortland Martin, whose name we will call a lot tonight. They're helping to slow things up for the Blount Leopards. Defensively, to Cameron Johnson, David Hampton, Cortland Martin, Lee Hunter, Sidney Collins, Bradley, Dewberry. James Hunter actually not in the lineup tonight. We heard a late word. Andre Harris going to play some time in the secondary. Eric Williams back there. Milligan played very well last week against St. Paul's, and Justice Traynor. So out there on the corner.
Like see Milligan's stats from last week, Chambers. He was everywhere.
3rd and 8. Demir Sewell rolling out with pressure from Martin. Steps away from him, throws on the run, and it's incomplete.
They brought some heat on him that time. That's what flushed him out of the pocket to the right there. Cortland Martin in his face. They sent the Cameron as well on that one.
If you're a quarterback and you like to play in a game where you've got a nice pocket to operate from, get sick Blount week.
Yeah, this is not it. This is
probably not the week.
Yeah, tried to go to Javis Atchison there last year. 30 catches, over 700 yards. He's got 5 this year. No touchdowns yet. Baldwin County, I think, just 1 touchdown pass through the air in the first 4 weeks. Boy, we were watching Burton just sky some kicks before the game, Dan Brennan. Here's another one. And Baldwin County will down this one at the 9.
Yeah, he's got an exceptional leg in terms of getting some hang time on that. And I didn't see him miss on any in the pregame. It wasn't like every now and then.
Hey, you want to send us some questions? You can email us, heyguys@UTV44. Even if you got a question for Tara, we'll get it to her. heyguys@UTV44.com.
As far as the press box, direct them toward Vic. He's got the answers.
I don't know about that. I may answer a couple of things about where you can get a good burger, but everything else, you guys are the experts.
So 3 and out for each team. Eric Williams Receiver out to the bottom of the screen. Inside give up to about the 15-yard line goes Williams. Williams, the sophomore.
6, 7 years ago, Chris Samuels was the offensive line coach at this Blount school, and
actually coordinator.
Yeah, and they did a great job of getting those guys up front to play well, and were able to run the ball on a lot of people.
Yeah, he's took his talents up the East Coast. I'm sure he's probably having some success there.
Keldrick Smith on second down doesn't gain much there, and so another third down coming up here for the Leopards. Laura Ellis checking in on Facebook and says hey to us. Hey guys, she didn't send the email. She just said hey.
Hey to you.
Yeah, to the guys here.
Hey
Miss
back.
Ellis,
She
Miss
said
Ellis.
say hey guys. She said hey guys.
Exactly.
Yeah,
She took the promo literally.
she did.
3rd and 2.
She's a lot smarter than me.
Victor. Brown trying to get ahead, trying to push, and he is not going to get there. And
Minette did a nice, Baldwin County did a nice job just squeezing the pocket right there and not giving him any room to run, because last week, you know, he surprised us doing that.
Yeah, Josh
or
Williams.
at least me.
Josh Williams did a good job filling the gap
I was going to say,
there for the Tigers. And
they've got some pretty good squeezers in there. Look at the size of that defensive line. Talent.
Smith on for his second punt of the night. And Shavaris Williams stands back at the Blount 49. 10 men up on the line of scrimmage on a line drive kick, and that one bounces, and Williams has to go all the way back to the 38. Now circles inside the 35, trying to get to the outside and all the way back to the 40-yard line.
Well, so far, just like Dan said, we hadn't seen the methodical drives out of either offense, not even a first down.
Nope.
So just what you predicted.
Yeah, tough to come by, I would imagine. That's why we're going to see both of these teams at some point try to make a big play.
Fairhope, yep, Fairhope keeps looking impressive last night with their big win over Davidson. Kind of ran away with that one. Theodore and Emma Bryant matchup tonight. Mary G and McGill, Baker and Foley, each team looking for a win badly there. Saraland, Robertsdale, Spanish Fort, BC Rain, Gulf Shores coming up to St. Paul's. The big one, though, Viger and Jackson tonight up at Legion Field. On the keeper, Sewell comes out across midfield.
You're speaking about the Legion Field across the river in Clark County, by the way, so we don't have people thinking that they're...
Speaking of Clark County, they're coming down to take on UMS, Satsuma Wilcox Central, Andalusia Hillcrest Evergreen. Bayside hosting TR Miller tonight. Thomasville and Mobile Christian, that's a good matchup tonight. St. Michael's and Flomaton and Excel. And also see the rest of the games there. McIntosh and Milry, Marengo and St. Luke's tonight, and JF Shields taking on Fruitdale. First down for the Tigers, and pick up to the 43-yard line as we see Arion Baker with his first carry tonight, 11th on the season for the 5'7", 170 junior.
Little breathing room for these offenses now, starting to, Baldwin County at least, starting to get a little room and get a first down and trying to set up what they're going to do all night.
Yeah, starting with the offensive line. That's when they're getting a bit of a push.
Back to Baker. Baker with a good cut back there, and he's going to have another Tiger first down.
Nice job by the fullback trying to give him a room out there to have a little alley to cut up through under that defensive end.
Saw
See the
that.
block come right there, and he cuts off his butt underneath him. Get some positive yardage, kick the sticks for a first down.
1st and 10 for the Tigers. They started out with 2 wins to open up the season, and they've lost back-to-back. Baker to the 35, but they beat Murphy to open up the season, and then they got another win, and they beat Gulf Shores, and then they lost to St. Paul's and Saraland in a back-to-back tough schedule there for them, and kind of quirky games. That St. Paul's game, really a tough one up here for them. So halfway through the first, still scoreless. We got a heat timeout in Bay Minette tonight. Baldwin County scoreless on the Andy Citron Injury Attorneys Friday Night Rivals, presented by Bishop State Community College. Roofing Center and Supply. Raise the Roof fan cam. Tiger cheerleaders excited for their team. They're driving it down here in Baldwin County territory. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, Vic Lockett, Tara Reeves in the sideline. Jared Kihas in the truck. Our rest of our crew, including Daniel Hicks, our statistician here tonight. Sewell rolling out now, wants to pull it down and tries to spin back, and he's going to lose a couple, and that's a tough option there, boy. Dan, we were just talking about, you know, Albany Casey, who's offensive lineman, really a defensive lineman, sorry, guy who's getting recruited by everybody, SEC all over, tore his ACL first in the spring practice. They're off next week, then hoping to get him back for the last half of the season. Really going to be a game changer for these Tigers.
Yeah, it'd been great if we had a chance to see him, but the main thing is that he gets healthy, gets back on the field. Also an excellent student. He's just a junior.
Coach really lit up when he started talking about it.
3rd and 11 complete out here, the 35, and that's going to be well short of the first down. That was Martavius Crook.
Roll
lost
out,
his helmet.
pass the out. Nice little game, but not appropriate for 3rd and 8.
Yeah, that's what happens when these teams get behind the sticks a little bit against these defenses.
So 4th and 8, and
kind of no man's land, and he decides to go ahead and go for it. Huh?
Yeah, you got a big punter, but instead, Demir Sewell looking to throw. Probably want to maybe chuck one down deep. Instead, he's going to try to cut it up the middle, and had single coverage down there, but good work by the Blount DBs. And
yeah, they were on him, weren't they?
Yeah, he was just thinking maybe we can heave it up down there like a punt if it gets picked off, but good work. Sidney Collins was back there with good coverage, and also Jordan Harris Mitchell. All right, there's the 6A Region 1 standings overall. Saraland, boy, it's going to be, there's going to be a collision course when Saraland and Spanish Fort meet to end the season, and those two teams looking very impressive. St. Paul's unbeaten in the region thus far, and they see Blount and Baldwin County. So see who is going to end up with the win here tonight and change things around a bit. Then you got Daphne at 1-2, and they're hoping to get things turned around in region play as well. The Leopards quickly here on first down, able to get out to the sophomore Melvin Williams.
They had what they wanted, a wide receiver screen to the opposite side of the blitz, but still didn't get much out of it. Just a minimal gain there.
Pick up 3.
Baldwin County sent Jeffrey Johnson just from the wrong side.
He's got 1 sack already this season. Pitched it back out again, and this time going to be Jordan Harris Mitchell comes up with the catch for the Leopards. It's going to be 3rd and a couple.
Jordan Harris is a big part of this offense and the special teams, and they can see why on that play right there. It should have been tackled for a small game, but he made something happen there, bobbing and weaving, twirling and swirling.
Just a junior again. So much youth on this Blount team, and this is going to be LaMarcus Brown keeping it across the 45 and a first down for the Leopards here tonight.
That was a pretty good play call last week against St. Paul's. We saw this kid have a pretty good game, a lot of it on the ground. And I like those throws to the outside too, Vic, especially with a young quarterback, because they're just, obviously
kind of
safer.
Mm-hmm.
And if you got some playmakers that can wiggle and go, get something out of them.
And our first flag here tonight, that'll give us a chance to
right offside.
Charles Scholl commenting on our
We have a dead ball foul, encroachment on the defense, 5-yard penalty, replay first down.
First and 5 here for the Leopards. Charles Scholl saying really great to have you guys up at North Baldwin County tonight covering the game. And I tell you, it's just been we got here, of course, way later than the crew, but the crew has just said what a great experience they've had all day here in Bay Minette.
Yeah, they made a big deal on the public address and, announcements about UTV 44 being here. So we feel very, very glad to be here for sure. Very welcome.
And the big announcement was we welcome Dan Brennan and the rest of the crew.
Well, of course, when things like that happen, I blush. Now, 2nd and 1 after that penalty and that run here, you're talking about it's going to take, maybe one big play in this game. If you're going to take a shot, Jim and Vic, maybe.
Here's a spot. All right.
Instead,
quarterback keeper.
pull it down, and he breaks out to the outside, breaks another tackle. He's inside the 30 and pushed out of bounds near the 25. And a gain of around 20.
You know, and I talked with the coordinator, you know, last week he sold me that bill of goods about this kid's more of a pocket passer. You look at me and look at it right here and you tell me. But he said to me tonight, or he said it's just what they gave us. I mean, they gave us the quarterback and draws and the running quarterback, so.
Yep. Well,
he's utilizing what he says he's taking what the defense is giving him.
But he can utilize it.
Sure.
Because of the talent of number 12.
Yeah, I think we need to let him do that more often, and he knows that as well.
Officials having a little conversation. Now they're bringing it back.
I didn't see the flag.
I didn't see the flag either.
It's Blount at the 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
Sideline interference against the Leopards?
Yeah.
Wow, usually you see a
warning.
Well, unless it impacted the play with one of the officials running down the sideline.
That
so dangerous. Yeah, so dangerous.
That must have been it, Jim, because you got to get it called when the official gets bumped usually, right, Vic?
Or if you knock him down and impede his progress going down the sideline and he's unable to run with the play.
It's a big penalty, and it didn't really happen in between the lines, obviously, or maybe it did, and that was the problem.
So 2nd and 9 after the penalty down. Brown looked like he wanted to air it out. Now fires and incomplete at the 40. Was trying to get it to Jordan Harris-Mitchell.
Tough pass down low, but that was one of the things the coordinator told me about. He's concerned about being able to fire that thing on the run like that and just having enough arm strength. Still a young guy, can develop it, can get stronger. Right now, just not, you know, at full maximum what you'd like out of your quarterback.
3rd and 9. Coming up here for the Leopards, we got more people checking in, watching the game. Monica Cooper used to work with her in the Mobile Mystics front office about 84 years ago here in Mobile. She's sitting here on the sofa grading papers after a long week at school and enjoying some high school football. She loves watching us every Friday night. Thanks, Monica.
Turn the sound down. Focus on the papers, Monica. Those kids deserve your best.
Rolling out, fires, and short. They'll bring up 4th down here for.
Yeah, there again, you know, he was making a really tough pass, trying to get it to him down the seam. But that's one of those passes that guy, Patrick Mahomes for the Kansas City Chiefs, can do.
Man, like a cartoon.
Yeah. And he had his way with my Steelers this past weekend. Earned my respect.
Virgil Smith on to punt again, and Chavaris Williams back deep. Boy, how about Coach McDaniel? First time we're doing one of his games on TV here, and
he's excited.
Found him on how much of course, we knew him back when his Daphne days when he was assistant there, but really enjoying seeing his rise here as a young head coach in the coaching ranks. And now look to punt. Smith heaves this one down the far side, hangs it up in the air. The Leopards have got it for the 1st down.
Yeah, that was a fake one there.
Eric Williams.
They motioned a guy out to this side to see if they were going to cover him. But all along, it was a smoke screen. They're going to the left. They motioned to the right. The fake was way over to the left.
You got Eric Williams, who goes up and kind of has to wait for that one, but he's able to pull it down, and they convert and all the way to the 29-yard line.
It was a good thing, Jim. They caught Baldwin County flat-footed on that because that ball was in the air a long time.
Yeah, the punt returner tried to get over there, but he just wasn't able to get there quick enough. So maybe a guy that's not used to playing defense or safety.
Right.
Coach McDaniel calls a timeout for Baldwin County here, and he's having a chat with Mr. English, our referee here tonight. And Blount almost back to where they were after they had that sideline penalty earlier on this drive, as they've moved it now up to the 29-yard line. Friday nights here on UTV 44, the Andy Citron Injury Attorneys Friday Night Rivals. Presented by, of course, Andy Citron Injury Attorneys. 251-888-8888. Andy wins. And he wins being a part of Friday nights here on UTV 44. So we thank Andy for being here.
Well, we feel like winners up here in Bay Minette tonight, don't we? This has really been great.
So old stadium, but spectacular press box. Great digs here. They really have.
Only thing we're missing is the food. And it's still early.
Yeah, food, I don't know what you missed, but like I was tearing to some Fusakli's chicken fingers before the game down there.
I've been through there too, and it's gone after I was there.
Well, Vic, maybe you should get here like Dan and I. Maybe you should get here the time we.
No, it was gone after I finished.
Well, get here at about 11.
I cleaned it up.
Okay. So 1st and 10 from the 29 here for Blount. In our Metal Roofing Center and Supply Raise the Roof fan cam. That's the band cam this time, actually, looking over at the Blount Leopard band. Homecoming night here tonight in Bay Minette for the Tigers.
And one guy welcome was here, Jim, and then Adam. I said I'd send a shout out to him. Says he watches every week.
Yes, he does.
So Adam, hello, and thank you for welcoming us up here to Baldwin County.
Good young guy.
He was excited.
I was excited to meet him.
Yep. Gibb trying to come around the near side as Smith slips one tackle and trying to get to the line of scrimmage, and he's going to be stopped right about the line of scrimmage. That's trying to get to the inside there and nothing doing. Again, good.
Yeah, Jeffrey Johnson forced him outside, playing from that linebacker spot, playing inside out. Did a good job, just didn't finish the tackle off, but he certainly slowed him down and made him have to think so the rest of his team could
He had a lot of friends in orange in the vicinity.
Correct, yeah.
So they were okay.
Exactly.
See, it's just been tough sledding for both offenses. Took a fake punt for Blount to move it down here.
Spinning on the keeper is Brown up the right side, and he's down to the 23-yard line. Gain of 6 with a minute to go here in the first.
Pretty slick in the gym.
Yeah. I thought the football was going to turn into a rabbit. I didn't know what was. Watch this magic trick.
Yeah,
here we go.
He did a total 180 there.
3rd down and 4.
Or is it 360? Yeah, it's 360.
360.
Lev Holly calls a timeout. I think he feels like this is a big 3rd down here.
Yeah.
Even though it's early in the game, points going to be at a premium. You have that feeling.
Yeah, he wants to take a second here on this 3rd down, make sure the right personnel in there. Everybody knows what they're going to do, and it gives him his offensive coordinator a minute.
Yeah, and
to get her to settle down and decide exactly what he wants to call.
I'll say this too. I think it's almost certain, unless you lose yards, you've got 2 downs to get your yardage here.
I think it's 2 down territory.
Oh yeah.
Andy Citron Injury Attorneys, Friday Night Rivals, presented by Bishop State. A great place to start. They've been a great partner of ours on Friday nights for a long time, and glad to have them back with us here again this season.
Look at that crowd on the home side, man. They have turned out.
And there are lots of DVRs set to channel 44 tonight.
You got to figure.
Here in Bay Minette.
Yeah, this has been great. It's been a great trip.
It's a game last year that, because how the schedule we were talking about it last week, so this game was up here last year, here again this year, and a 20-17, a 24-19 win in 2017 for Blount. It was a close game last year, and that was part of the whole tiebreaker process that Blount ended up in the playoffs, and a 7-3 Baldwin County team didn't. It's rare that happens.
Yeah, you're right. Both these teams really need this win.
3rd and 4.
Twins to both sides. Single back.
Brown looking, floats it out of the backfield, able to get it to Williams, and Williams is hit, and he lunges forward. Looks like he's going to be. Let's see, looks like they got the stick just inside the 20 on the far side. This will be 4th down.
Yeah, I mean, and they flooded that side over there with trips. They even sent Jarris out of the backfield into the route, assuming the linebacker, nobody would pick him up, but Baldwin County did a good job.
They bring out the extra DB and bring big Destin Evans back on the line.
A little more meat.
At 300 pounds on 4th and less than a yard. I'm not sure will they get it off before they do give it off. They give it to Williams, and he bangs on the right side, and the pile pushes, and he's going to have a Leopard 1st down to start the 2nd quarter. So they convert on 4th and less than a yard.
Rare going under the center for the quarterback for Blount.
So
it's in their plans.
We're through one scoreless thus far in this big 6A Region 1 matchup. Blount and Baldwin County Neither team yet to score, but Blount on the move, and they've got a first down inside the 20 to start quarter number 2. Coming up next after this on the Andy Citron Injury Attorneys Friday Night Rivals. Citron and Injury Attorneys Friday Night Rivals here tonight in Bay Minette. Baldwin County taking on Blount. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, Terry Reeves on the sidelines. Big Bucket also in the booth. Daniel Hicks, our statistician in the booth. Jared Kihas down in the truck, and our entire amazing crew here from UTV 44. 14th play of this drive. First and goal from the 10 for the Leopards. Williams pushes inside the 10 down to the 9, and pickup of almost 9 on the play there on first down.
All hands on deck. I see my boy Cortland Martin playing a little offense.
Yeah, I saw that.
If you were running back, Vic, would you get behind him?
I would get behind him. No doubt about it.
Yeah, well,
I'd get in the trenches with that guy any day.
Better being a running back getting in front of him.
Johnny Bonner has to go as he lost his helmet on that one. 2nd and 2. Williams inside the 5 down near the goal line. It's going to be first and goal here for the Leopards.
And that's exactly what they did. They went right behind Cortland over there, kind of in a wing back type of position.
Yeah, Cameron Johnson also over there, your linebacker.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a little heavy to the left side over there.
Yeah, absolutely.
First and goal from inside the 2. Brown under center. Gives it, and Williams goes that way, and he's into the end zone for the Leopard touchdown.
Same play, same results. Good forward progress, follow Cortland, and get the touchdown. Keep running until they stop.
First score of the game goes to the Leopards, and Williams able to bang in there. Jason French tried to slow him down, but too late. Emerson Stuyvesant on here to try the PAT. Had some issues with some snaps last week, but this one better, and that one is no good.
Short, not left or right, short.
Didn't get that one with everything he'd hoped. 6-0 Blount with the lead here in 43 seconds into the second quarter. Blount leading the Leopards on that drive, then a fake punt. LaVirtual Smith able to get that one off and complete by Eric Williams, the senior, and then the sophomore Jairus Williams punched it in. And Blount has the lead 6-0 after the missed extra point. We saw 16 plays, 63 yards, just over 5 minutes on the drive there. You know, last week, you saw a bad snap on a punt attempt resulted in a safety. You saw St. Paul's made a field goal, and special teams. So at one point, dangling out there already, something to be potentially thinking about. Stuyvesant sends that one back inside the 18. That was Hale, the up man, who took that one. And good field position all the way out to the 35 here for the Baldwin County Tigers. This Baldwin County school has not made the playoffs since back in 2007. It's a drought that Coach McDaniel would like to put an end to here tonight, and he certainly would. He knows the value of this region game here tonight. We'll look at the schedules coming up later on, and some challenges ahead in the schedule for both teams. Sewell's carried it now 29 times on the year.
And it looks like tonight they figure that's the strength of their offense.
It's going to be interesting when we see A.J. Mix come in.
Yeah, he's had quite a few carries tonight. Looks like Maybe his decision to pull it or a play call.
He's a good-sized kid at quarterback.
Give to Baker.
You know, conventionally, I think that's what they'd like to do right there, Vic. And they did it a little bit the first time they had the ball, too. They were able to run between the tackles and establish some things on the ground in a very conventional way. Stay ahead of the sticks. Don't get too cute. Take a shot when you can for number 3, Atchison.
Yeah.
Or number 11, I should say.
And stay in third and manageable.
Yeah. And then just give yourself a chance.
Crook, another tall receiver at almost 6'2" to the bottom of the screen. But they go back to Baker on 3rd and short. It looked like he was going to have it, but he's going to be stopped just short of the sticks.
He had a blocker out in front of him. Just wasn't able to get the block that he needed. You know, a lot of times I see these blockers out front, and just to me, they don't seem to take the first threat, you know, because they're playing plays and going towards the assigned guy that they're supposed to block rather than taking somebody that's broke free or trying to make a play on defense. And then it ends up tackling the guy for a loss. I would teach these guys, just take the first threat when you're coming around.
Coach McDaniel was not happy about having sent the punt team out there on 3rd and so short.
No way.
Burton with another good kick. Jordan Harris Mitchell takes the fair catch.
Yeah, Jordan did a great job last week filling those punts, stopping negative yardage against his offense. He had played a significant role last week, and I'm glad we got his name correct this week.
All right, let's go down to the sidelines for another Educator Spotlight from Coastal Alabama Community College and hear more about Blount with Tara.
All right, so I'm joined with Coach Chris Edwards right here. He's coaching, and he's still taking the time to do our interview right now. Of course, game day operations managers, and we talk about these student athletes, but of course, academics is most important. Let's talk about first, Coach Edwards, ACT prep at Blount.
Yes, most definitely. The administrative staff, teachers, everyone involved, we wanted to switch things up. So this year, 3rd block, every student in the school has an ACT book. Every student. No one is excluded. Freshman through senior, everyone has an ACT book. 3rd block, we shut everything down, and we go over ACT prep.
And now let's talk about the athlete part of the student athlete. What do you feel it adds to a student if they do participate in any sort of athletics during their high school time?
I always tell my students discipline. I feel like I'm coming from where they're coming from. I'm born and raised in Trinity Gardens. I went to Blount High School. I was an athlete. I was a student athlete. I went off to college, student athlete there. So now I can pass that down to my student athletes about being disciplined and having it on the field and in the classroom.
Thank you so much, Coach Edwards, and good luck.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Tara. Our Educator Spotlight brought to you every week by Coastal Alabama Community College. And see if maybe a horse collar at the end of this one, Vic Lockett.
Horse collar tackle on the defense. 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
Tayshawn Grant, had a big handful inside the jersey there up around above the numbers.
Yeah, the Leopards asserting themselves a little bit on the ground, and then they get the gift at the end with the horse collar. And that would be the coach's point, a little lack of discipline on the Baldwin County side.
Right up to midfield for the Leopards, and Williams falls to about the 47-yard line.
A little crossbuck action in the backfield, but had the traffic jam and kind of threw the back off.
Rico Earl
off a little bit.
Rico Earl able to come in and make the tackle. Second and 7 for Blount. Williams again with a big hole and tried to bounce it to the outside, and now cuts back up to the 35-yard line. Game of 12 and another first down.
A couple of things in this game that I'm noticing, Vic, and you can tell me what you think, but number one, Blount's got the lead. That gives him a little bit of sense of, okay, you know, you can exhale a little bit because we think this is going to be a very defensive game. And they're able to they're not in a big hurry now. They can run the football and take what they can get.
And now pulling it down is Brown, another keeper, and he's Down near the 25, going to be very close to another first down.
I don't think they've got to be anxious to do a lot of things in the air right now, as long as they're moving the sticks in this way.
And, you know, that's what Algernon, the offense coordinator, was pressing upon me last week, is that he's just going to let this young quarterback deal with whatever the defense gives him. So that's what their thinking is exactly.
9 on first down, and now another first down inside the 20, a gain of about 5.
If they can run the ball, they're going to run it until they stop it. And then if they stop it, then they'll start doing some of the other stuff.
Yeah, I think Baldwin County, Jim's going to have a tough time stopping it right now, because Blount's kind of got this thing going, and they've got Baldwin County a little bit on their heels defensively.
Yeah,
hands on the hips.
Tarmaine Knight comes in to give Williams a spell, and he's going to carry it inside the 10. It's first and goal.
Hey, they lost him amongst the trees for sure.
They did. Good
Watch
blocking.
him squirt through here.
Actually,
like he's ducking a little there.
Yeah, Edron Houston, the sophomore, 35, who came in to carry that one and has first and goal. And they'll give it right back to him, and he's hit in the hole this time. They didn't lose him there.
No, they didn't.
Vic Lockett.
They got the backfield.
Jeffrey Johnson,
doing a little scissors, a little cross buck, just to kind of confuse the defense a little bit, but they're blocking up front.
Yeah, but Jeffrey Johnson that time, 54, stuck his face right in there and said, enough of this. You know, sometimes you takes a minute to get used to what the offense is doing to you defensively.
Yeah, I agree.
And it throws your keys off, so you have to find another key.
Yep. I think you're right. I think that's a little bit of what's happening here.
To Cameron Johnson back in there to help be the lead blocker. They bring Williams back in. They give it off to Johnson and the linebacker.
Throw him a bone every now and then, huh, Jim Cox?
They can do more than block, right?
Absolutely.
Cameron Johnson, he'll come in at fullback from time to time. Of course, played so well on the other side of the ball that last week Vic Lockett spotlighted him here on our pregame show. But now third and goal here for the Leopards. Williams behind Brown. They give it to Williams, and Williams will go in untouched for the second touchdown of the night.
Yeah, he just kept reading each hole and just kept going further and further out. There's nobody there. There's nobody there. There's nobody. Oh, there's the end zone. I'll go in this door here.
I think you're right.
Yeah, see, one door, two door, three doors open. I'll walk in this one.
So now
I think Baldwin County's defense got a little bit tired on that one.
Yeah, I think they got gas.
Yeah, Blount says we're going to see if we just go for 2 here and get that extra point back that we missed on the first touchdown.
You're going to call it chasing the points at this point?
Brown rolling out to the right side, trying to get to the corner, and he's going to be bumped out before he got there.
No, he gave it to him.
Oh, wow, I thought he got bumped out on the far side right before he got there.
He stretched the football a lot, got it over to Pylon, and that was it. But his body certainly didn't clear the end zone.
Yeah, Rico Earl was there in the chase.
They weren't chasing the points as much as I think they were just admitting the fact that they don't feel real strong about their kicker.
Okay.
Yeah, Rico Earl was trying to get there, and Vic Lockett, he
knocks it down. Body out.
He's in for 2. Halfway through the second, one ups their lead to 14-0. Back-to-back scoring drives here for the Leopards, and I know Coach McDaniel thinking about 3rd and about 1, and we can't convert. We have to punt it back, and then Leopards take it right back down, and now
you find yourself in a quandary 14 points down.
Yeah, well, yes, you're right, exactly. That's a pretty big deficit against Blount.
Yeah, not the team you want to be coming from behind against.
Chasing, right.
Scriveson. Big deep kick, chases all the way back to the 10-yard line, and Mims going to be stopped just across the 20. You got to string at least a few first downs together here.
Get the defense a chance to rest, get themselves together. I agree with you, Jim.
16-play drive, then a 10-play drive. You know, the first one was a little over 5 minutes, that one a little over 3, and so that defense, Big Locker, they do need a breather over there. 80 yards.
You don't have to get everything in chunks, but you still, don't have to abandon your running game if you're Baldwin County either. I keep wanting to say Bay Minette because Jim's old self said the old timers like him remember being Bay Minette.
Yeah, well, you played against Bay Minette, right?
Sewell fires it out. How about breaking the tackle? Here is Martravius Cook, and he's all the way across the 40 up to the 38-yard line. There's a big play.
Yeah,
Cook is cooking right there.
Got a chunk right there.
Yeah, this is, boy, did they need this? Okay, so
you call it a skinny post there, Jim?
Yeah, well, and also I call it the corner slip. That was as much to do with it as anything.
I don't know if they call that on the offensive side of the ball, but that's certainly what happened defensively.
They'll take it, right?
Yeah.
From the 38, a little momentum maybe here for the Tigers. Sewell carries it for a few on the left side. David Hampton in there. Talked about Coach McDaniel on the pregame show for the first time tonight. He said, I'm nervous being on the pregame show. He said, Lev Howley's been on this like 100 times. It's our first time. He said, it's the first time we got the big game here. He's like, I'm a little nervous doing this.
Yeah, Lev say, hey, just watch me, buddy. I'll show you the ropes.
No kidding. But no, McDaniel can handle himself. He was funny.
Yeah, he was a pleasure to meet prior to the game.
Sewell rose out, wants to throw it across his body, but Cortland Martland is there and said no, and then there's a flag at the end of the play.
Did they get a bit of the face mask?
I think it was like Sewell falling down. Let's see. Yep.
Oh. Inadvertent, nothing tried to be egregious against. But I don't think they differentiate between a 5 and a 15 in high school, do they?
It's going to be a 15-yard walk-off here.
Yeah, boy, that's very costly because it was a jailbreak defensively.
Personal foul, face mask on the defense.
Wow.
15-yard penalty. Replay the down.
Sewell had no chance.
No.
Yeah, and he tried to set up.
Yeah, there wasn't any setting up to do.
Well, unfortunate penalty there. On the Leopards, not an automatic first down.
So let's see if Baldwin County now, whose defense is finally getting a little bit of a rest, can take advantage of this big penalty.
2nd and 3. Sewell is to about the 30 of us. Bring up another 3rd and short.
Continue to do that quarterback keeper. And I don't blame Coach McDaniel. You can still just incorporate your run game in this drive. It's still 2nd quarter.
Yeah, and again,
a lot
right
of
here,
time left in the ball game.
It's 2 downs from here, too, at this point of the field. Right, call a play knowing that you've got another one after this one if you don't get it.
Look at Blount, just has everybody up at the line.
Well, they got Wildcat on.
Now they come into Mix, and his first carry, and he drops the shoulder, and the big freshman, A.J. Mix.
He's close.
Boy, 6'2", 210 as a freshman. Of course, his dad, Anthony, played here and went on to play Giants in Washington, and we were watching him warming up, and just an impressive freshman physical specimen.
And he leans forward and get it.
He's thrown 3 interceptions this year, but I think they're get the impression they might not be this straight Wildcat. They might put it up in the air.
Boy, he is an athlete now.
You got Atchison at the bottom of the field, and Mix just plowing ahead.
Yeah, McDaniel just keeping it simple. Get it into the quarterback's hand or the Wildcat back, whatever, and just get all you can.
I thought it was the other Sewell that jumped a little quickly, the tight end on left side.
I thought so, too.
Yeah, there was no call on that.
I thought so, too.
Demarcus Sewell on the left side of the line.
The twin brother of the
starting quarterback.
Like we said, 164, 16 foot even.
You know who was getting the winner at the dining table.
Devin Graham hustles off the field there. Now Mix looking to throw it. Looking for Atchison down in the corner. He goes up and he's got a touchdown. Tigers.
Nice 50-50 ball. These receivers are huge, tall. Let them play above the rim. Just put it in their vicinity.
Yep, Jordan Harris Mitchell, the good cornerback there, but only at 5'10", and you got the 6'3" Atchison, who's got his first touchdown reception of his senior season.
I agree with the play call. Hey, just let these guys play basketball. They do it all summer. throw it up and just get it in their area and give them a chance to play above the rim and come down with the football.
If you can just do a little bit of mathematics, you know that's a good call. Right?
Well, that discounts me because I can't do a little bit of mathematics.
So Burton will try to come on and cut the lead to set. Boy, Baldwin County needed that drive and score, and I think we might see a little more of this young man.
Why not?
Quarterback tonight, 14-7. The Tigers on the board on the Andy Citron Injury Attorneys Friday Night Rivals, presented by Bishop State Community College. Good crowd here tonight in Bay Minette. Baldwin County on the board with that touchdown from A.J. Mix. Javis Atchison in 6 plays, 78 yards, and changed things around. A.J. Mix came in there and gave him a little spark. Got that big 3rd down conversion, and then carried it again, and then the touchdown toss. And now we got a ball game again back here in Bay Minette.
Atchison takes advantage of the pregame blessing and joined us for the pregame show and makes a big play.
Real speedster, but it wasn't the speed, it was the height that he used on that one that helped. Going all the way back inside the 5 is Houston, and now Houston's going to be buried inside the 15. And now see if
too much
Baldwin
hesitation
County's
back there.
Defense can get something going. All right, name the all-time winningest coach at Baldwin County High School, who was also inducted into the Alabama High School Athletic Association Hall of Fame back in 2011.
I'm not raising my hand, Jim, in case you're thinking.
Yeah, no little Baldwin County trivia.
Been playing 99 years, huh?
99 years.
99 seasons, okay.
But maybe you don't overthink it. Maybe you go deep. Maybe you go noodle it deep. Williams to the 20.
Yep, no, I won't be getting that one, Jim. I played in this stadium one time, and I never thought I could get back here ever again. I didn't know where I was. I just got off the bus and played.
They've done a great job. They got the nice wrought iron fence out there. It used to be kind of a cinder block wall, and now they got the nice fence out there. They made a nice.
Oh, it looks great.
The entrance, they tore down one of the older schools here in Bay Minette and kept the bricks.
A dead ball foul, encroachment on the defense, 5-yard penalty.
But everything
Replay
looks
the down.
great, and almost reminds me of the place in Athens between the hedges.
We got the hedges, yeah. That's really
the tradition started here.
It may have, but this place does have a lot of charm, doesn't it?
It just feels like high school football in a lot of places in America when it's right in the
Friday nights.
Yeah, right in the city. Right in the city. You got
everybody in the city here.
Right across the street, right? How they got here before GPS, I have no idea. But I have GPS, and I still had a little struggle to the 26 on first down.
You're navigating the bay all the time and out there in the Gulf.
Yeah, I know.
You're not a landlubber.
I know. Jared sent out an email and said, just a reminder that the stadium is not on
where the high
campus.
School is.
Yes, of course. Where do you think Jim drove to right away?
Right to the high school.
Yeah, there are 8 cop cars there and a bunch of football players in the field practicing, and they came over here.
Did you join the motorcade?
I did not, but the Bay Minette police officers gave me nice directions and helped get me here. Second down again. A gain of maybe 1. Got to bring up 3rd and about 7. Here for the Leopards. You know, if you're Baldwin County, you get a stop here. Get a little something going here at the end of the half.
Well, they're feeling a lot better about themselves since they got that touchdown. They want to get here and get Jim Cox here and get blowed out on TV.
2 timeouts remaining for the Tigers and the Leopards. 3rd and 7. Brown floats it out of the backfield and helps out the Tigers there because Williams makes the catch and then he's driven out of bounds to stop the clock.
Yeah,
bring up 4th down.
Down in distance is real important to the offense as well as the defense, and these routes that they're running are well short of the first down for Blount's offense.
Yeah,
so they got to keep that in mind.
It was a problem on 2 fronts, and that would be the fact that it was 5 yards short of the first down and ended up with the player out of bounds and stopping the clock.
And this is the second time we've seen on a crucial down the Blount receivers running their routes short of the first down marker.
Shavaris,
third down.
Shavaris Williams stands back at his own 42 to receive the punt from Smith. And a line drive. It goes off of Williams' shoulder pads and he falls on it. A good job there. That was like a line drive up the middle of a baseball game. And
yeah.
Williams a little slow to.
Yeah, I hope he's okay there. He's grabbing his hamstring.
Yeah, that was
pray nothing's serious about this.
That one didn't get all that.
The way the ball probably came at him, you know, he was mentally going somewhere and his body was like, oh, that's a little too quick to turn.
Brian Metz, athletic trainer for Baldwin County, out there trying to find out what's up with Shavaris Williams, that young man. Metz there was a trainer a long time at Daphne, used to be on the sidelines at Daphne, now a teacher up here at Baldwin County High School, and takes great care of these young men.
And good sportsmanship by both football teams, taking a knee while the injured is being tended to. You see it from the Blount Leopards as well as from Baldwin County Tigers.
Speaking of good sportsmanship, how about last week after the game?
Oh,
Lev Holly brings, and it's good to see this, he brought both teams together. He does that every game. Lev Holly with Blount says, I want you to find somebody from the other team as we circle and have a word of prayer after the game.
Very nice.
Even Steve Mass, the coach of St. Paul's, had a chance not to just address his team after a nice win, but the Blount Leopards as well, to tell them what a great opponent they were. That was a great scene at the end of that game.
You just don't know the character we've got in our area with these good coaches influencing these young men. It's things like that they'll take along in life, and that'll make our community better. And
I think just by shining a light on it with TV last week, as we were able to do, although without any commentary, you can have an impact on people at home too.
Sure.
So Demir Sewell back in at quarterback. He's got Baker with him in the backfield. They give it to Baker. Baker trying to come outside.
I'd like to see you run up the back of the leg of your teammate.
Yeah, offensive lineman right there.
Good to see him pop up. So
he did.
So quickly, that was Will Brooks. He'll play some right tackle, play a little tight end occasionally for the Tigers as well. You know, Steve Mask, we were talking about Steve Maskey, so he beat Baldwin County here in a rain-soaked night when it rained 3 inches of rain before the game, and continue on just 1 second here as they go back to Baker, and he's hit by Martin, and the rest are trying to strip that ball out of there. So Devin Graham was there. So early Saturday morning, Coach Mask calls Nathan McDaniel, and Nathan answers the phone, and Mask says, "How you doing this morning, son?" And Nathan said, "Hey, old man, it was pouring down rain last night, and y'all beat me here. How do you think I'm doing this morning?"
Is that what happened?
Yeah, so with Coach Mask, great relationship with all those young coaches, and they respect him. And Coach McDaniel appreciated the phone call, but had to kind of get that going a little bit to start it.
Coach McDaniel, my fingers and my fingertip not far apart. He appreciated the phone call about this much.
Coach Mask just wanting to call and check on him after a tough one. That was such a freaky occurrence here. Yeah, almost 3 inches of rain.
Hey, that's just South Alabama weather.
Yeah, and it was like just here. It was just like
isolated right here.
Right here, yeah.
It can happen anytime.
So more of the folks who help bring you the Andy Citron Injury Attorneys Friday Night Rivals, Greers. So by one run up here on 59 in Bay Minette on the way to the game tonight.
Excellent.
Also, Fusakli's. I went with the Buffalo chicken fingers before the game tonight.
I'm the Foo sauce guy.
Keep the Foo in football thanks to Fusakli's feeding our crew each and every week here. And another great supporter of high school football. A lot of years here on UTV 44. So Atchison, who's got the touchdown reception, split up to the top of the field. Sewell looking. Now wants to come to the near side, who's trying to come to Ty Mims, the freshman, who's actually their leading receiver. That one was overthrown, and that 2 stops the clock, and 4th down coming up, and the punt team going to have to come. Out here again, Hunter Odom.
Spread punt formation.
Huge high kick again. Smith lets it bounce in. Tigers will down it at the 32 by Williams. That's good to see because that was Williams who was just hobbled up on that last punt by Blount. So glad to see him back him out on the field here and more. Let's bring in high school football each and every Friday night. Metal Roofing Center and Supply. They bring us our Raise the Roof fan cam every night here on TV 44. So McGill and Mary G scoreless just in the second quarter. That game was delayed because of a lightning storm out in Sims.
Well, there you go again.
An isolated storm.
There you go.
With one timeout, higher on the far side. Trying to get to the sidelines, but not there. But they will stop the clock temporarily for
the Sticks.
The first down. Gregory Carroll, the senior, with the reception there with 11 seconds left. And I think
Lev's imploring him to clock it there.
I think you know what's coming next. So they'll start the clock, and
he does it.
Brown gets it stopped with 7.4 seconds left here in the second quarter.
Speaking of those isolated showers, Jim, you ever get caught out there in the Gulf and one of them just sneaks up on you? You just go down below on that big boat and just leave it to the captain to handle it up top, right?
Now that you're an experienced seaman, you need to come offshore with me one time and you'll have a little better understanding of what
4 hours on the pontoon.
What takes place out there.
I'm seaworthy now, huh?
Struggling to slip away is Brown, but he does, and he's out near midfield. Is he going to get out of bounds? No, before the clock runs out, no. And he's going to be stopped there.
Sophomore mistake there.
He just,
22 gave him a great block.
7 seconds left. Not much to do once you start scrambling a little bit there. So that brings the half to a close. 14-7.
Yeah, I thought he would, make use of Eric Williams' good block and get out of bounds and maybe have a chance to heave it up, but stayed in bounds and ended up just killing his path.
It is halftime here at Baldwin County, and it's homecoming tonight here for the Tigers as well. And Tara Reeves made the sprint across the sideline to catch up with Lev Holly over on the Blount sidelines. Tara.
Coach, you went for it on fourth down not once, but twice, and got it. Is it something that you're seeing when the Tigers are lining up, or are you that confident in your guys to move the chains?
I think it's a little both. We kind of, during the week, kind of saw some alignments that we like. And put a couple things in. Actually been working on it for a good little while, so just finally had a chance. Hey, we ain't got nothing to lose right here, so hey, let's go out. Defense playing well, so let's go out and see what happens.
It's fun to watch. Seen a lot of success running the ball. Is that something that you hope to continue in the second half?
Yeah, I think, a young quarterback, young team, I think you got to give them some confidence. So if we're going to lean on them guys up front, do some play action stuff off of it. For right now, I'm very pleased. But, I think that 7 was big with them getting the ball coming out. So we're going to go in and adjust a few things, but I like where we are.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Very well explained.
Yep, Coach Lev Halley last week was one of his players in a loss. Zodrick Milligan, who was the player of the game. That was a big fourth down stop right there. And really made some big plays defensively. It was such a defensive slugfest. See, just did a great job of shedding that block there and able to come out. That had an interception later on in the game, I believe, as well, if memory serves me. Probably coming up right here since he was the player of the of the week, and got it there. And with
nice
a
job.
Takeaway for the Leopards, and we're going to have 3 choices for you tonight that you can vote on from this evening's game, and you can go to utv44.com to vote, and we'll give you 3 choices. When we come back here, it's halftime. We'll enjoy some of the homecoming festivities tonight here in Baldwin County. Coming up right after this on the Andy Citron Injury Attorneys Friday Night Rivals, presented by Bishop State Community College. Late touchdown there in the first half for the home team. The Baldwin County Tigers had cut into the Blount Leopards lead at 14-7. 6A Region 1 matchup here tonight. And 14-7 our halftime score. Blount with the lead, but the Tigers will get the ball back to start quarter number 3. We'll get out of the field now. We'll enjoy some of our homecoming festivities tonight up here in Bay Minette. 2-2 teams going at it here tonight, and it's been pretty even as well. Blount jumped out to a 14-0 lead, and then Baldwin County got a touchdown late there with 1:55 to go, and so they've cut the lead to 7, and the Tigers will get the ball to start quarter number 3. So 6A Region 1 matchup tonight. Playoff implications. Don't want to have 3 losses in the region. We'll come back and get you ready for the second half right after this. Here's our halftime score tonight up in Bay Minette. Blount jumped out to a 14-0 lead. Baldwin County a touchdown there late in the second half to get back in the game and also get a little momentum and also give their defense a little rest. And they're going to get the ball to start quarter number 3 here tonight. Our first trip up to Bay Minette. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, Vic Lockett here, and just can't say it enough. Hospitality here in Bay Minette's been spectacular.
Oh yeah, it's been great, and the teams on the field have also given us a game where it's very competitive. A lot of tussling on the line of scrimmage and a couple of big plays has been really what we've seen offensively.
Yeah, you know, Baldwin County got that big play toward the end of the half to make it, you know, that competitive. And it sort of unfolded, I think, like you said, Dan, you know, at first the defenses were holding everybody up offensively. Then finally they found their stride and started getting the runs for Blount, and then the big pass play for Baldwin County.
Yes, sir.
Tara talked to Len Holly about a couple of 4th down conversions that the Leopards were able to take advantage of there in the first half. And first of 2 touchdown runs. Jairus Williams, that was the second touchdown. Then they go for 2 here. And this was LaMarcus Brown getting the spot there. And then we saw A.J. Mix come into the game, and he converted a 3rd and short, carried it again. Then long touchdown pass there to Javis Atchison, the 6'3 senior. And that put Baldwin County on the board, cut the lead down to 7. See our first half stats there. Total offense, Blount 205 yards, 132 of those on the ground. Trying to do a little quick math there. Total yards 111 for Baldwin County, and not much through the air. And so scoreless after 1, and round 4 of 9, and Jairus Williams 80 yards on the ground, and Atchison 2 receptions for 45 yards and the touchdown. And Tara was able to catch up with Coach McDaniel as he came back out of the field. What Coach McDaniel have to say, Tara?
Guys, nothing but positive energy coming out of that Baldwin County locker room. Coach McDaniel said offensively there were some things that they needed to capitalize on in the first half, but it's really imperative that they score on this opening drive. Then he said defensively he thinks that they made some adjustments that hopefully they'll be able to hold Blount here in the second half.
Thank you, Tara, and we get ready to start things off here. We'll be staying over here on this side of the bay next week. We've got a Daphne Fairhope matchup. Non-region game, but a very, very heated rivalry on the Eastern Shore.
By the way, Tara Reeves, busy young lady, Gulf Coast Today on NBC 15. Also, she will be co-emceeing with me tomorrow at the Battleship Park for our walk run to defeat childhood cancer to benefit St. Jude.
How great does it look downtown, all lit up in gold with all the buildings and, you know, the yellow go to
unreal.
Yep, for childhood cancer is now. This is Mims, and the freshman has taken it. He's going to get 15 more, you would think, with a horse collar at the end of that one, as he's all the way into Blount territory, up to the 46-yard line.
And to finish what you're saying, great call, St. Jude.
No kidding, man. Really, we've been affiliated with them a long time with KSJ. Look at this guy. You know, Jim, you perk up a little bit when you hear about a freshman being on the field.
Yep.
As coaches will tell you, there's a reason for that, and you see the reason.
Yeah, look who's coming out of quarterback, and that was not a horse collar. He had him between the 2 and the 3, so good job by our officiating crew here tonight. But now we see A.J. Mix, the freshman.
He sparked him through the touchdown pass.
Yep. Atchison lines up to the bottom of the screen, and now they're going to bring Jeremy Moore, the big defensive tackle, in and line him up at tight end on the right side.
Mix on a run, y'all.
And they'll go to the other side, and Mix sees the Blount Leopard defense quickly close in.
This is not the group you want to get wide on immediately.
Sidney Collins, outside linebacker, came there to make the stop for the Leopards.
Yeah, you got to give them some kind of fake up the middle or some kind of fake inside. Then you may get them to the edge, but you just can't run to the edge and outrun this group. Leopards too fast.
2 receivers, and Give it off to Mims all the way around from the far side. Spins to the 38-yard line. Going to bring up about 3rd and 3 here for the Tigers.
Now, what made that successful, there was the threat of that quarterback keeping it. So, you know, that had a couple of players hesitating on defense before they just run outside.
Little deception, freeze the linebackers.
There you go. Got to have some type of deception. You just can't run to the edge on it.
Load up the right side, 3rd and 3. And flag was dropped away at the far side, and that's where Mims came in motion from. I think this one's going against the offense when they blow it dead after the snap.
We have a sideline warning against Blount.
Wow.
That's their first sideline warning.
Wow, why do you stop the play when that play had already been? I mean, that play was already in mid.
Because I can't imagine that they just blocking the view of the sideline guy prior to the play.
I guess
it could happen.
The whistle may have come earlier, and we didn't realize it until. But all right, here we go.
3rd and 3. Mix wants to keep it himself, trying to get to the edge, and he breaks a tackle, and he's going to have a Baldwin County first down to the 32-yard line.
Yeah, now they got there, they just didn't make the play.
And also, if Mix wanted to cut it inside, he could have gotten the first down.
Yeah, he's a freshman, he's learning.
Wow. Ooh.
Oh. Yeah, that tent has been there the whole game, and it's
that tent needs a sideline warning.
Yeah, it does.
210-pound freshman was thinking about running it. Then he looked like he was thinking about looking for Atchison on the right side. And
I thought it was a run-pass option, too.
Looked like it was all of the above.
Little RPO action.
Good look there at Mix, who gets one on first down, and keep Javis Atchison split to the bottom of the screen.
I've never seen an injury tent sustain an injury. I think we just saw it.
Lifetime warranty on that pole, so
okay.
Taking it back.
It's supposed to have been that way.
I think
got a timeout.
Yeah, Nathan McDaniel wanted a timeout.
Was the clock running down?
No, he had 7. Yeah, had 7 on the play clock. I think he didn't.
Something he saw, huh?
Well, yeah, I think.
May have been a formation.
Freshman
going to be illegal.
Freshman quarterback, I think.
Sure. Ease him into it, right?
So,
A.J. Mix has a demeanor out there. He's real confident and knows what he's doing.
All right, our trivia question, since we're up here in Bay Minette tonight, and 99 seasons of football, the all-time winningest coach at Baldwin County, who was also inducted into the Alabama High School Athletic Association Hall of Fame in 2011. Do you have a guess, Dan Brennan?
You know, the only one of note, I know, but he wasn't here that long, was our friend Jack French, who's over at Faith Academy now. So yep. I would not go with Jack, though.
So the answer? Lyle Underwood here from 66 to 79, 101, 40, and 3. Of course, they didn't have playoffs for a lot of that time, but he had 2 undefeated seasons. He came from in 73 and 76. Great player at Foley High School. He's in the Foley High School Hall of Fame, the Baldwin County Coaches Association Hall of Fame, and also now in the Alabama High School Athletic Association back in 2011. Lyle Underwood.
Jim, tell Dan what he did not win.
2nd and 9, and Jack French does hold the record for most wins of the season here in Baldwin County with 11 in 2001.
On the offense, 5-yard penalty, replay, 2nd down.
Big Lockett, procedure penalty, a false start coming out of a timeout.
Not good, but you know, you got a new guy quarterback, so these sort of things are part of the growing pains.
Yeah, he's being replaced right now by Sewell back in the game.
So could have been a mistake on his part, but he'll learn from that. He'll grow, and he's going to be a great football player for this group.
You know what I love about Lyle Underwood? I mean, he's even got a great football name.
Yeah.
The name just screams, I'm a great player, and if I became a coach, I probably won a lot of games.
Like great voice to narrate, great name to narrate with a big voice on a highlight film, pitched down to the far side, and Broken up, good coverage back there by Harris. Let's try to get that one back off to Atchison.
Yeah, you said, like I said, you see who they were going to. Atchison down in the corner of the end zone again. He can run. That time they were with him.
Yeah, Harris was right there. He thought he had an interception. I thought he did as well where he was playing the football. He got his head around, got his hands up, but just didn't make the play.
Harris at 5'8", going up against the 6'3" Atchison.
Yep.
Got to put it up there where that 6'3" can operate.
10-7, a 10-7-3 time in the 100-meter dash. If you're wondering, yes, that's fast. Rolling out is Sewell. Looks, throws it underneath to Atchison. Atchison up to about the 27-yard line. They'll be short of the first down. It's going to bring up 4th down. They get about 10, but they needed 14.
As the coach wanted to get half of it this down and pick up the rest of it on this last 4th down. Yep, don't look like they're going to change the punt. Send the punt team out. Keep the offense on the field.
She's going to need 7 here on 4th down.
Their punter would hit a jiffy loop from there. They've got to go for it.
Tavis Crook in the slot. Atchison up top. Sewell rolls out, sets his feet wide open, and he couldn't get it to him. Oh, he had Atchison there who got a step in behind Harris. Mitchell.
Yeah, he was wide open and just kind of had the ball twist all the way around. He tried to adjust to it, but just couldn't get there.
You can tell that play is designed to get the ball to Atchison sooner there when he has, when he had wide open there. And
wow, missed opportunity.
And it was a post route. He's supposed to hit it to him on his inside shoulder, not to the outside.
So turnover on downs. And the Leopards take over at the 27 with a 7-point lead. Brown.
That's a long pass out there. Left hash all the way to the wide side of the field.
Gregory Carroll.
Trusting your quarterback there to make that throw.
LaMarcus Brown hands it right off to Williams, who had 80 yards rushing in that first half and a couple of scores, but he's going to be pushed back just a touch. It's still going to bring up 3rd and 8. This Blount team, they don't play at home again until October 26th.
Amazing, huh?
Wow. 4 straight on the road. Play tonight, then they're off. Next week is their off week, and then 3 more road games, and then not home until
nearly the end of the season.
Yep.
That's not fair.
Brown steps up in the middle. He's able to fire that one complete up to the 39, and he's got a first down. The ball came out.
I thought it was after he was down.
Baldwin County said the officials haven't said yet. Baldwin County lobbying on their sideline is Carroll with the.
Let's take a look here. Kind of a bang-bang type play. Looked like. Oh, no, he was dropping it as he was running. You almost want to call it incomplete if it was the NFL.
Yeah,
he did not make a football move.
So, but
while controlling the ball.
Liked how Brown stepped up in the pocket there and moved that one over the middle. Williams kind of runs into the back of his own man, but then bounces it outside the numbers and up to the 47-yard line.
Good change of direction by that young man.
Picks up 8.
Makes it look effortless.
Well, they talk about a guy bouncing it outside. That's what he did. He got bounced outside.
Yeah.
So he
by his own man,
yeah,
right?
He did, right.
Bounced back a little and then came ahead and picked up 8. Brown looks right. Fires, and again a long throw, as Bicklock just talked about that one.
Yeah, that one died on him, and that's kind of what the offensive coordinator's been talking to me about. Just not able to make that pass consistently.
Just trying to get it to graze the sophomore.
Well, you ask this young guy, and he's a big, strong kid, but you ask him to do a lot. He's involved with the offense in a lot of ways, and he'd just get wore down a little bit.
Sure.
Certain places that you're not all gassed up, and there comes a one hopper.
And the great coaches don't ask players to do what they can't do.
Sure.
3rd and 2. Williams has got a first down and more as he's jersey tackled down inside the 35.
Literally had him by the coattail. Another player injured.
Yeah, that's the running back.
2 of them.
Gain of
Got a
20.
Baldwin County kid down as well as the running back.
Oof. Boy, that's a violent way for that play to end.
Yeah, Tayshawn Grant with the handful of jersey, and then we also have a Baldwin County player, as Vic said, down.
Well, let's pray both these young men are not injured too severe. Hopefully it's just something going on they can pop back up from.
Yeah, the official's going to send both teams over to the respected sideline. Now Lev Howley comes out to take a look at Williams. All right, let's find out a little more. Tara's on the sideline. Tara.
Yeah, so we have the 2 injuries on field now. I want to talk about an injury that took place last week for Baldwin County when they were playing Saraland. They lost their Forest number 8 MCL Nis. You know.
Yes.
All right, Jim, I'm going to
just
a little bit.
Technical difficulties there with Sarah. With Tara's talking about Jonathan Norris as we see Williams. He heads off. That's the second time he's been banged up tonight. Norris was their leading tackler going into last week and tore his ACL, MCL, and meniscus on the play, and he's going to be
not good
out the entire season.
Yeah, they were bemoaning that loss too.
Yeah.
He's a good player for them.
Looks like they're going to help the Blount Leopard kid up. Thank God he's at least to his feet.
He got from the jersey.
Yep.
Is that what happened, Jim?
Yeah, that's Williams. 20 rushes for 108 yards thus far tonight, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and then there was kind of a collision as he was going down. It was a lot to worry about right there.
Ooh. Yeah. Arm, head to the ground.
Yeah.
That's the sort of things you don't like.
Very awkward landing. You're not. No way to protect yourself when you're going down there.
And how about how the young guy holds on to the football, too? That's pretty impressive because you know he's in a lot of pain.
Sure. If he stayed conscious where his head hit, it blinked out just for a second.
So we'll bring Edgerrin Houston in to replace him in the Leopard backfield. First and 10 from the 33. Titus Smith now comes over to the near side to block. And now looking to go up top, far corner, and good coverage.
Good pass.
Back there, Latrell Holloway.
At least it was in the vicinity where the receiver could get it, and only the receiver could get it.
Yeah, I thought a really nice pass there. A little surprised they went to the pass, just taking a shot on first down. I think they're
breaking their tendencies.
Yeah, they've gotten a little confident in their. Boy, it's a great throw.
Yeah, it really was. It's Cameron Grays, the sophomore. Couldn't haul that one in on first down.
And again, it's 4-down territory, so you take a shot there and you're probably back to the run now.
Just lost your star running back there. Now they're going again out to the far side. And
a little high that time.
Yep, trying to go to Carroll, and that one incomplete. Keon Palmer back there on the coverage. 3rd and 10 coming up here for the Leopards.
Again, it would not surprise me to see this team go for it on 3rd and 4th.
Yep, agreed. Blitz coming. Give it off to, nope, kept by Brown, and he's going to pick up the first down. Oh boy, they sold the fake really well. And
come one direction, and the quarterback slips out the back door.
Yeah, 3rd and 10. They pick up 11. And LaMarcus Brown has the first down here for the Leopards.
Yeah, watch Brown. He's no fun when you're one-on-one with him, too. He's powerful. He bounces off people. That's the collision that got him the first down.
Yeah, Jatarian Brooks, who's got 6 sacks on the season, knows what it's like to get after the quarterback, but couldn't pull him down once he escaped there. This time they do give it off to Houston, and as Vic said, it just 5'7", 160 pounds. He gets back behind those big offensive linemen. He's hard to see there.
Amongst the trees in the forest. Got to read your keys when you got a back like that.
And here he is again. And this time it's Tayshawn Grant who's able to wrap him up.
Big tackle by Grant.
Yeah, the people playing backside and playing deep, you know, you just got to flow correctly to find him when he spurts out of those trees, out of the forest.
All right, we'll take an official's timeout here for the Heat, so everybody can get a breather. 5:40 to go in the third on the Andy Citron Injury Attorneys Friday Night Rivals presented by Bishop State Community College. Blount on top 14-7, and they're down around the 20, looking to add to their lead. We are back in Bay Minette, Baldwin County High School. First time we've been up here tonight, and very much enjoying our business as taking on the Blount Leopards here. And
hey, anytime they want to ask us back, I'm in.
I'll even be a little more early now that I know where the stadium's located. 3rd and 3.
Read those emails
from the 15. Give it to Houston, and Houston maybe gains 1. But Dan said this most likely 4-down territory for the Leopards.
Nice job by French to come in there and make that play. Might give them the easy, cheap 3rd down run penalty.
Baldwin County's defense with a chance to make a big stand here after Blount stopped them on 4th down to open up the second half. Some trouble with the alignment. Still plenty of time on the play clock, just now at 10. Brown wants to keep it himself.
That's what I suspected.
Pressure, but he's able to turn the corner. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 5.
You could see why he was directing traffic. He was like, hey, get over there. I'm running that way so that you can find somebody to block.
And did you notice also, Vic, that the pressure came from right up the middle by Baldwin County. They brought their linebackers on a run blitz.
Yeah, brought French inside again, and they went outside.
Yeah, inside, and he took what they allowed and had the speed to execute.
Yeah, you got big Jeremy Moore lined up on the left side of it. You're not running his way. You want to come away from him.
They got the linebacker in that fullback, and they let him have it.
Yep, they give it to Johnson again, and Baldwin County penetration able to drive back to Cameron Johnson, the senior, 250 pounds, with the ball in his hand.
Tell you something I like that I've noticed different from last week with Blount. Less penalties.
Yep.
They cleaned that up. And I told you, I was confident that Lev would get that straightened out.
Well, when you have such a young team, you know, it's not always going to be week to week. You know, maybe deep into the season, especially if you're able to keep the same guys on the field.
Exactly. Getting that experience, reps.
15th play of the drive. Now they give it off to Titus Smith, the fullback, and he falls forward down to the 1, and it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 1. Smith doesn't get a lot of carries.
Yeah, Tayshawn Grant squirted through there defensively, knows he was unblocked. Should have made the tackle as he points to himself and says, yeah, my bad.
Right. He helped delay the play.
Yeah, but he did divert the back so that his colleagues and comrades can come in there and make a play.
That would have been a big 3-yard loss.
So 3rd and goal from the 1 as we approach 3.5 to go. Brown tackled in the backfield. Stopped. Great penetration again by Tayshawn Grant.
Yeah, he had the path there. He's got those linebackers right there. He's trying to get the block off. And he gets in there this time and makes the play, Tayshawn Grant.
And got him down. That's
tough on a little squiggly guy like
so Cortland Martin, Johnson all line up now. 4th and goal. They go the same way. And
same play, touchdown.
Oh, they have not
send the balls out.
They have not marked him in the end zone. I think maybe the ball did it come out the bottom of the pile, but they have not marked him.
No, I thought he broke the plane.
I thought he
clearly.
Yeah, I thought he got in
clearly.
Right down to our left here, and you don't have a Blount player signaling touchdown yet.
No.
1st down, Baldwin County. What a stop! The ball came out.
I'd like to see the replay of that one.
Was it Latrell Holloway who came away? With it? Boy, I thought it was such a mass of players. The ball did come out.
Maybe the ball comes out as the body's going over.
Big swat by Destin Evans. There, and it's right on his right calf. Great. Comes out there. Destin Evans knocks it away in the shadows. what a great job by the officials to look into all that and see it and get the call right.
Yeah,
and good shot by Jared to show us.
Yeah, excellent on all the way around it. If they knocked it loose before the goal line, it was just before the goal line.
And goes into the end zone all the way back out to the 20, and now they get it off to Crooks, and Martavius Crooks has got a first down up to the 32-yard line,
on his
gain
knees,
of 12.
signal it, huh?
Yeah, I mean, if anybody, no one had to tell Crooks that's a first down right there. He knew where the sticks were, and watch this, he lets you know before he ever gets off the ground. First down, man.
Maybe the best ball Sewell's thrown tonight on that pass.
There's no doubt.
17 plays and 73 yards over 6 minutes for Blount, and they don't capitalize.
Careful throwing those slants against Blount, though. One bounce, and
it's up.
They're going the other way.
Sewell looks again for Crooks, and that one's overthrown
back there.
Yeah, Harris is back there in the coverage, and
Jordan Harris Mitchell.
And
he was in good
Justice
shape.
Traynor also coming over there to help.
Yeah, good shape. The corner was in good shape. Not a lot of air under the ball, and so we're just at 2nd and 10 now. Oh, what a play at the goal line.
Oh, and how about, it's 1st and goal from the 3 or 4, I believe, and stop him on 4 straight runs.
Don't get in, and they were able to run the ball all the way down.
Almost losing Jarvis Harris.
Yep.
On that drive earlier shows how much he means to this Blount offense, and we see Baker carry it out to the 37-yard line.
They did a nice job going play side and then bending it backward to get some good yardage. Give them a good 3rd and manageable down here.
Jermaine Coleman actually with the carry there for the Tigers. He'll stay in the backfield on 3rd and 5 as we're under 2 minutes to go in the 3rd. 2 receivers to the top of the field, rolling out. Sewell fires it. He's able to get that one complete again to Crooks, and he's got another first down near midfield.
Nice route by Crooks, well in front of the first down marker. Catch the football and head upfield and get all he can get once he catches it. Beyond the marker right there.
Yeah.
Martavius Crook with another reception.
Yeah, quick kid too. He runs a nice route. First down, Baldwin County High School, nearly to midfield, only down 7.
Much doing on that one for Coleman.
I think Blount had some numbers on that side defensively, Vic. They had that thing solid before the ball was ever snapped.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, you got to give them some kind of deception that you're going to do something inside. You're just not going to get them on the edge. Too much speed and agility.
Second down and 8 here for the Tigers, and
cost a mistake there.
Yeah, that was
DeMarcus Sewell. Head ball foul. Toss start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Replay 2nd down.
He's ready to go. Just got a way to beat later.
Team of officials done a nice job tonight, I think.
Yep, absolutely have.
Made sure Jim had the card with their names on it as well.
Appreciate the officials always helping us out here.
I don't think Jim paid them homage yet.
I saw that card.
They're not worthy of it yet, huh, Jim?
Yeah, I flipped the card over, and I thought there might be like a coupon on the other side or something to say thank you, guys, but nothing. It's all blank.
Not 100 in there.
2nd and 13, and Crook's got another reception up to the 38-yard line. And
all right, Sewell looks like he's getting in some type of rhythm here, Jim.
Yep, no, actually, with the 41, but that's still going to be enough for the first down.
He's making a couple of pass plays here late.
He is. He looks a lot better in the second half.
You keep looking the way of Crook, and then, oh, yeah, you still got Atchison up at the top of the screen.
Right. Doesn't look like Atchison. They've got any safety help over there. Let's see if they begin to shade. Yeah, they're going too deep now.
Better cheat over there, huh, Dan?
You might want to.
Sewell with great penetration by the Leopards there, Cortland Martin.
I think McDaniel just want to keep a little balance. You don't want to just open it up and, get Cortland Martin and Damian Johnson just rushing the pass.
Yeah.
He wants to keep them thinking they got to play the run as well. Slow that pass rush down.
Don't want to give them the license to kill the quarterback, right?
Absolutely.
The big smile on Cortland Martin's face.
Yeah,
he's thinking about Vic Lockett highlighting him in the pregame show last week. And
he's on a little breather now, though.
Lockett loves that guy.
Yeah, he's a baller.
2nd and 11. Sewell comes to Atchison's side, and that one incomplete.
I thought it was a pretty good delivery, low, and only where his receiver could get it. Just didn't finish it on this end.
No chance for Harris to
right there
come up and bring up 3rd and 11 here.
Is there an infraction?
See a flag just
now. There it is.
Something happened. It happened awfully quickly because the play didn't take more than 2 seconds.
Maybe too many men in the backfield with the line, or either somebody lined up in the neutral zone.
Yeah.
Either way, we'll get a judgment here from Mr. Don English, our white hat for the night.
Yep. It'll be against Baldwin County. Let's see if he decline it here and take the down as with the incomplete pass.
We have illegal formation on the offense. That penalty is declined. We'll be playing 3rd down.
What can happen, and I'm not for certain, those linemen start bending back, you get too many men in the backfield, and the lineman's not right, so they may have caught him on that.
3rd and 11 for the Tigers. Sewell looking to go up top down the far sidelines and incomplete. Again, wanted Atchison, but good bracket coverage over there.
Yeah, plenty air under the ball, and was expecting the receiver to run under it, but just a bit too much on it.
And so we are through 3 quarters after the incompletion there, and 4th and 11 coming from the 42. We haven't seen a lot of punts in this game, surprisingly for just a 14-7 game, but we'll start the 4th quarters of the Andy Citron Injury Attorneys Friday Night Rivals coming up right after this. Citron Injury Attorneys Friday Night Rivals. It's been a good one here tonight on UTV 44, 14-7, and Coach McDaniel decides to punt. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, Vic Lockett, Tara Reeves on the sideline, Daniel Hicks, our statistician, and Jared Kihas in the truck, and our entire crew. And Hunter Odom, good high kick again, and takes a blunt bounce all the way up to the 21-yard line. So they only gain 21 there on the punt, and we got some interesting scores on this Friday night, like McGill and Mary G, 7-7 right now, and that one in the 4th quarter. And how about the big one up in Jackson tonight? The Viger Wolves up 20-6 right now. That was 6-6 at the half. And
wow.
They've scored 2 touchdowns in the 3rd to take a 20-6. Spanish Fort rolling over BC Rain. Side handoff, and
keeps his legs driving there.
Houston cranks that one out to the 25. Let's go down to Tara for an update. Tara.
Guys, as you know, Jairus has definitely been a factor this game for the Blount Leopards. One of the Alabama Orthopedic Clinic trainers actually placed him under concussion protocol. He will not return to the game. He's already taken his pads off.
And you can see, just looking at that young man's eyes, saying, I want to be back out there in the field. To the folks from AOC for, you'd so rather be over just when it comes to a head injury like that. That's one great way that football has changed from the old days when you just got your bell rung, get back out there, and you didn't know. I mean, they didn't know back then.
Happened all the time, right, Vic?
Oh, absolutely. And now with what's going on at McGill has become, litigation following.
Yeah.
So certainly these coaches and these physicians now will be super sensitive.
Yeah, now look at LaMarcus Brown. Okay. Hopefully it's just a. The way they just moved him by that leg, it appears it is just a cramp.
Yeah.
So that's
a little
good
bit
news.
unconventional there, but let the game go on. I'll be fine. Give me some Powerade, and I'll get back in there.
All right, so we'll get Melvin Williams, the sophomore, came in at the end of the game last week. Gives it back off to Edrin Houston, and Houston slips a tackle, and Houston all the way into Tiger territory and more. No flags. 70 yards for the touchdown.
I've never seen a kid operate amongst the trees in the clear like that. Did you see that?
That was
He
amazing.
just kind of ducked under the other kids that were taller than him.
First thing he
way
showed,
out here.
he showed speed to get to the corner. It didn't look like that was a given. And now right here, he just makes.
He just ducks under him.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Little sputter bug. Wow.
And then the only time he was hit was after he's 2 yards into the end zone. Wow. 70-yard touchdown run.
Just about uncontested, huh?
Stuyvesant coming on for the PAT. Looks like Blount may not have enough men out there, so now they'll have to hurry. The play clock at just under 20, so they'll be okay. Stuyvesant 0 for 1 tonight.
High snap.
And that one no good.
Yeah, the snap
either.
was very high on that one.
Well, Blount extends the lead by this young man. Maybe get a chance to vote for him tonight as a player of the game after Jarris Williams goes out with the injury. But Edrin Houston comes in, takes a 70-yard toss or 70-yard run, and puts the Leopards on top 20-7.
That is what is making most of your opportunities right there.
Leopards stretching this one out a little bit here. 70-yard touchdown run by Edrin Houston, and it's got them on top 20-7 here tonight in Bay Minette. That was a quick scoring drive, just 3 plays.
Yeah, well, you can dismiss 2 of them, basically, and Houston did something we just haven't seen all night, because Baldwin County defensively has been pretty solid against the run.
Maybe it's taking a toll being out there so much.
Right? They really haven't been gashed until then.
This offense needs probably to sustain a drive, give them a break.
Time ends there. Now, so last week against Saraland, Baldwin County gave up 370 yards of rushing. 299 of them went to Rayshawn McAlpine, but now they're up to 291 yards on the ground for this Blount team here tonight.
Yeah, Alpine, I think, is supposed to be really special.
Yeah, played some linebacker last year and some running back. They've got a few guys that are really good players up there.
For Baldwin County, you got to answer back 10-13 left, and Jermaine Coleman, nothing going on the right side there.
Don't have to get in too big a hurry at this point, Dan, I don't think. But you're going to have to score pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean,
you have to get positive yardage every down. Yeah, I'll say that.
Billy Brown emailing us tonight is he was a linebacker and a kicker from the class of 1990. I don't know if he was from Baldwin County or Blount, maybe Baldwin County, but he was asking when the last time Baldwin County beat Blount. That was back in 1989. They beat him in 88 and 89, and then Blount has won the next 6. Pulling this one down, Sewell. Sewell stood up there by Kunta Files.
That was back when Jim and I was cracking helmets, right?
Well, it was about the time I would have been playing, Vic, but that was just one of the few reasons we weren't cracking helmets.
Jim was probably perfecting his lure for later when he buys big boat.
Yeah. Other things on his mind.
Sure.
At 3rd and 7. No, we'll call it 3rd and 8. Sewell. Pair of receivers at the bottom of the screen here for the Tigers. Sewell looking up top, flips it off and fires. He's able to get it to Crook, and that's going to be a first down. Good work there by the Tigers. And let's go down to the sideline for another Educator Spotlight brought to you by Coastal Alabama Community College. Here's Tara.
I'm with Baldwin County Principal Craig Smith. And Mr. Smith, I understand that you guys have a new superintendent. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, Mr. Tyler's been with us for a couple of years, and his focus is academics, and so definitely been a drive. He's instituted a new dean of academics as well as curriculum coaches at each campus. And, you know, we're definitely focused on academics. We've expanded our AP programs from probably around 60 kids when I started to probably over 230 right now. And we're very focused on getting careers, college, getting those kids ready for those things coming out with career credentials or, you know, just to pass an AP score. We're getting ready to go to college.
Yeah, so important because we want to think about that next level. So what specifically are you guys doing for college and career here at Baldwin County High School?
Well, one of the things we've been able to do is we've implemented several new career tech programs and got kids to where they're able to get credentials in those. We also work heavily with ACT prep, getting qualifying scores on ACT, which coach is really good about supporting us as far as getting his athletes. He wants them eligible, wants some NCAA qualifiers, and so, you know, we got pushes from both sides, and so been very successful with it.
And then tonight being homecoming night for Baldwin County, I know a lot goes into that. Tell us how proud you are of the students and the faculty here at Bay Minette.
Well, we got a great faculty, and everybody that you talk to know that, and it's a community school. We got great community involvement from the churches, from our booster clubs. Everybody that comes out on Friday nights is here to support the kids, and you know, I can't say enough about our faculty, staff, and community.
Well, thank you so much for letting us come and televise this incredible game.
All right, thank you. Thank you for coming.
All right, thanks, Tara. Great job. Coastal Alabama Community College, our educator spotlight here, 3rd and 10 for the Tigers. Sewell, lots of pressure. He's going to be dropped all the way back at the 33.
Yeah, well, it's one of the last things you want him to do right there is take that sack, but it just was too much pressure, too fast, and nothing to do quick enough.
Well, they're kind of moving the pocket with the hopes that he's going to have a little room. They don't want to sit him back there like a sitting duck, but it's still, again, I talked about the license to kill the quarterback, not literally, of course, but that's now what Blount has in a way, Jim, because they realize this down and score.
Cameron Johnson there with the sack, and
are they going for
4th and forever here?
4th and 98.
4th and
I think I would punt it.
4th and 18, 7:45 to go, and Blount took a timeout.
They want to get more points, huh? Blount. Take the timeout.
I think Blount just want to make sure that they had their defense set on the 4th down.
Right. All right, time to bring
our surprise.
Joanna Lambert, a senior, our scholastic athlete for the Blount Leopards, 3.1 GPA, 22 on the ACT. Basketball, she's going to Mississippi State to study architecture. So,
wrong bulldog for Dano, but
that's all
he's
right.
Proud of her.
Hey.
I'll tell you, I am proud of all these kids that take the skill on the court and they apply themselves in the classroom, and then, you know, no telling the good that can come from an education in Mississippi State and
architecture.
Come on back and work on my roof.
He'll build some great buildings here in Mobile.
I'm going to say work on my roof.
Well, I think if you get a degree in architecture, you don't have to.
Hey, look, it's a starter.
She'll do the roof in a couple of clicks.
Hey, that's right.
7:43, 4th and 18, and going to keep Sewell in at quarterback. Really haven't moved much on this drive through the air. Daquan Williams, the junior, checks into the backfield. We got Atchison to the bottom of the screen. 3 receivers up top for the Tigers.
Let's talk about it after the play.
Sewell steps up, pressure. Now pressure coming from the backside as well. It is being dropped all the way to the 32-yard line.
You want to cheat on the test, man.
Kunta Files comes in, and
he wants to see behind the curtain before.
I wanted to see exactly what they were up to, but I'm sure.
Now you set Blount up in great field position to get another score.
Nathan, he had his reasons. He had his reasons. I don't know what those reasons were. He's a lot more qualified to ask his team to do something on 4th down than I am, but you can see right there.
I think he's just saying you got to get the ball out in that situation there.
But the way Blount's been applying the pressure, he hasn't had the time.
Like the vice has been constricting here in the second half.
Right.
Very well said, Jim Cox.
A lot of yards to try and get.
Okay, so Brown back in there. They want to set up the screen, and coming in to grab. That one is Eric Williams, the senior, and Williams down inside the 25. He's going to be close to a first down.
You think now with Blount, you'd be really satisfied. You've got great field position. You can run the clock.
Right.
You've run it pretty well, including a long run, that you would keep it on the ground. So I'm surprised by the last 2 calls. I'll just say that.
How about that? Yeah.
All right, so
And then it was a risky pass there across the middle with that deep tunnel screen.
Yeah, Williams out the rest of the night, so they give it back off to Houston. And right at the sticks here on second down.
You're up 2 touchdowns, and in my way of thinking, if you're Blount, the way you've held this team, you know, their offense down.
You've run it for almost 300 yards tonight.
Just go, even if it's
4-minute run drive.
If it's you run it 4 times and don't even get the first down, you haven't hurt yourself.
And you've ate the clock.
Exactly.
3rd and 1. Houston in the backfield needs to be driven back. So you get 8 on first down. Jeremy Moore in there to make the tackle. You get 8 on first down on that pass, and then you can't pick up the first down. And now, but again, you lose 2. It's going to be 4th and 3 here.
Well, given Blount's situation, they can't even make extra points. I'm in total agreement going forward on 4th down here.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
Brown fires it over the middle, incomplete. A very quick 3 and out for the Leopards.
4 and out, really.
4 and out, yeah. You're right on the incomplete pass. And
I'll tell you that the key play obviously was the 3rd and short where they couldn't.
Where they lost 2, yeah. So heat timeout. We'll take a timeout halfway through the 3rd. Blount on top. Halfway through the 4th. Blount on top, 20-7. 5:57 remaining in the Andy Citron Injury Attorneys Friday Night Rivals. All right, halfway through the 4th. So Baldwin County going forward in their own territory. Comes up with a good defensive stand to get it back, and then Sewell had that one swatted down by Cameron Johnson. Yeah, Cameron Johnson knocked that one away, and so he had the big sack on 4th down, and then stops that pass on 1st down.
That's a great effort play in the 4th quarter on a hot night.
For sure.
I did step outside in between periods, just kind of feel what these players are feeling.
Has it cooled off?
No. It has not.
Hadn't turned to Chicago all of a sudden to make Jim feel at home.
No, that's why that kid made a really nice play right there.
I was at Monday Night Football this week, Big Lockett in shorts.
And it was nice.
Shorts and flip-flops.
I bet it was nice.
So we're going against the Tigers, who have kind of lost a little oomph here. They're in the...
I've been to Chicago in June and know there's no humidity like here. I could run a marathon there. I could, Jim.
There's one in October, Vic. Every year they have one in October.
Yeah, with snow on the ground.
2nd and 15. Sewell flushed out. Now comes over the middle and incomplete through that one behind. Wow, and he had a chance if he could have given Mims maybe a little room to catch that one and run.
That was a big play waiting to happen right there.
He also had Atchison single coverage up the other sideline, and 3rd and 15 from the 25.
Hard to think that they could have found a big play on that 2nd and long, but it was there.
5:48 left in this one. Play clock down to 2, down to 1, and Baldwin County has to take a timeout to avoid the delay of game penalty. So things have kind of deteriorated a little bit here offensively for the Tigers in the past few. They got a little rattled after that big touchdown run, it looks like.
Yeah, and Blount's defense has had something to do with that.
That's a little different when you know you got to throw the football.
Yeah.
So, Andy Citron Injury Attorneys Friday Night Rivals, presented by Bishop State Community College and also Coastal Alabama Community College. They give us our Educator Spotlight every week. Tara talks to a representative from each school and gives us a little insight as to what's going on. We'll run a little bit there about Baldwin County and growing the AP program here, and Blount adding more ACT prep.
That's great. I like that. Really need that.
All brought to you by Coastal Alabama Community College.
Can't go to the next step, next level college without getting that ACT, SAT minimals done. Take it from a guy that it took 4 or 5 times, Jim, to do that. That's the honest to God truth. Just to get that scholarship.
That's not true.
But they never asked me that on any job interviews.
All right, 3rd and 15, and here comes more Leopard pressure. Cameron Johnson all in the backfield and brings down Sue. And I think this is a coachable moment here. Nathan McDaniel, I believe, just took another timeout. And I think he just waved the punt team. I think he waved the punt team back. 4th and 59. I mean, like, you have to get to 59. I'm just...
Yeah, they've got a tall task, these Baldwin County Tigers, to get back in this game. But there's plenty of time to do it still. You just got to get positive yardage, and you got to get a few chunk plays in there as well. And right here, I would say punt it, Dan. Get them 3 and out. You got to get a stop.
4th and 20 now.
You let Blount get 1 or 2 first downs, then Jim's going to be running the credits.
Yeah, I think that was their last.
What it is.
Yeah, I think that was their last time out. I think because they took one early in the. I thought they took one early in the 3rd quarter. But we'll see. May just be scoreboard shows 1 left, so scoreboard operator is probably much better at that than I am. But 4th and 20 from the 25.
This does not look promising.
4th and 20 lined up all the way back to the 25, and they come out. They give it off to Atchison and try to hook them out a little play. And now did they drop a flag at the end of that one? I think they dropped a flag.
So is they going to be defensive?
No, I don't think this is how
if it is, that may set Baldwin County up with a first down.
You can see that Jordan Harris Mitchell was not. I mean, his hands kind of they never held onto the helmet. They kind of slid up.
He was trying to assist in the tackle.
Well, yeah. I mean, I didn't. To use
wasn't
big
too egregious.
I was going to say is Johnny Depp used the word in Pirates of the Caribbean almost as much as Vic does. Egregious.
Well, and I don't like being compared to him, especially in that pirate movie.
After the play, we have a dead ball foul, personal foul on Blount. It'll be 15 yards, be 1st and 10 for Blount.
Still not enough to get the first down?
Wow. 4th and 20.
But he said first down Blount, penalty on Blount.
Right.
So maybe he just misspoke.
Yeah, he just misspoke. It's still.
He even turned that way.
So he's misdirected as well, Dan?
Now they're changing it. Now they're changing up. All right, it was 4th and 20 from the 15. So they had to get out to the 35.
And you would think after the penalty it would get you there.
Well, I thought it would be a personal foul, automatic first down.
But that catch and lateral sure looked like it resulted in more than 5 yards. I mean, you only need to get 5 and then add 15 to it.
If you're at the 40,
yeah.
I mean, that tells you everything you need to know.
You know, that sounds like an algebra problem. You know, X plus 6 equals 17. I'm not getting into that.
I don't think it's that complicated. But if I'm not exactly sure how the ball's gone over, and maybe I'm missing something. But if the penalty after the play,
are they saying? So they're saying that the play was over, so it's a dead ball.
I got it.
So maybe they didn't get the first down on 4th down. They didn't get the first down, and now the ball comes out. So they're saying, the 4th and whatever, they didn't get it. It was over. Then after the play, it was a 15-yard. It was a 15-yard penalty.
Like it's already done.
So they walk off the infraction, but they.
Don English is the math teacher and the principal in that situation, and he says what goes.
Now they're trying to sort out, did the ball come loose?
Man.
As my mother would say back in the day, I'm not going to puzzle my head with it. I'm just going to deal with the result.
It's a tussle up there, Vic Lockett. All right, so that Blount keeps the ball.
And my dad used to say 1 plus 0 or 1 times 0, you still got the 0, the 1.
Yeah.
So what happened to the 0?
All right. Well,
we're in the country. We can use
really.
No.
It was 4 times to take that test, Vic. That was it. Okay, so
I'm confirming it, right?
All right, so loss of 3. And now Keldrick Smith comes back in to carry it. for the Leopards here.
This is why no luck. It's wherever my CPAs. I'm not trying to run anybody down, but the knock thing.
I stay in my lane, brother.
That's what I'm trying now. Now I'm trying to figure out. Okay, they had the clock stopped, and it was not a first down.
Wind it again.
I think we might need like Jim Bibby in the booth. You know how the NFL goes to Mike Pereira and those.
Yeah.
We know Jim Bibby, the retired official, up here to tell us, explain things to us.
You know, I've had a couple of guys implore me to do that that are former refs. I give them Jared's office number.
So now the Leopards let the play clock run all the way down, and
I tell them that's above my pay grade on those type of decisions.
Keldrick Smith again with the run here, and it's going to bring up 4th down for the Leopards as we're now inside 4 minutes to go here.
They're running the ball. They're taking their time in between plays.
This is how you do it.
Yeah.
This is what you expect.
How about Viger up 40-6 over Jackson? That game was 6-6 at the half, and now 4th and 8. Leopard's going to go for it. Firing it down deep, and that one's caught. Oh, went right through Tayshawn Grant. He and the other DB, I think that was Williams back there, and then instead.
This one was on a rope. I'm talking about a connection right there in between two defenders.
And Jordan Harris
concentration just to catch the ball.
Yeah, and so and Blount's just like, we're going to heave it down there. You intercept it, that's fine. It's like a punt, you're pinned back. Instead, now they got 1st and goal at the 9.
Yeah, Grant was really surprised by the velocity on that ball, the safety. I think it just got past him before he was like a batter looking for a curveball.
Or either that, if he stuck his hand out there, he's going to get a broken finger.
Might have lost it, yeah.
Give it back off to.
I'd give this
Smith,
Baldwin County defense a lot of credit, except for one big busted play.
Yeah, yep.
One big run here in the second half in this heat, and without an offense doing a whole lot.
With a big offensive line leaning on you all night long.
They've been a big axe of them, and they've answered.
Yeah, they have. They really have.
2:28, and the Leopards doing a very good job of running the play clock.
For more reasons than one, huh?
All the way down. Now they look for a little jump pass, and they're able to get it off, and they complete. The big guy who's played so well on defense, Cameron Johnson, leaks out of the backfield.
And they never told me he had those type of skills offensively. He just talked about how good a defensive player he was and quiet guy, so they give him a bone.
I don't know how many skills he actually showed in that play. He snuck behind people and caught a ball in his lap.
Well, he said he's quiet. So
I got to tell you.
Lev told me he's quiet, so he snuck behind him quietly and end up with some in his basket.
It's hard for a guy that size to sneak by people.
Sure.
Maybe that was the skill.
And Stuyvesant, this time he's got it. And the Leopards increase their lead 27-7. We're late in the 4th tonight in Bay Minette here on the Andy Citron Injury Attorneys Friday Night Rivals. Once stretched out their lead here 27-7 with 2:14 to go in this one, and Leopards taking control here in the second half. About 34 unanswered points in the second half for Viger with that big game at Jackson. 35 seconds left out in Sims. 7-7 McGill and Mary G. And Mary G has it at the 15-yard line. Now coming up the near side, breaking this one out across midfield and up to the 65 is Latrell Holloway.
Yeah, he broke contain on that kickoff. The end man got blocked, got him on the ground, so that gave him the edge.
30 seconds left. Mary G leads McGill 10-7.
Wow. Talk about a shocker. You know, McGill go out of the state and lose on a fluke play at the end of the game and then come home and not looking good.
Now they bring Mix back in, and Mix fires this one down the middle of the field, looking for Atchison, and he's got it down to the 5-yard line.
Wow.
40-yard pass. Freshman to senior.
Why don't we have that all game?
Yeah. Some are probably thinking it right below us right now, because that was a sight to see.
Yeah, the diehards that are still here. Yeah, he just has that look and that walk as if, hey, I got this. A.J. Mix.
Mix rolls out. Looks like he's trying to get around the corner. Now cuts it back to the inside and gets stopped inside the 5.
Wow, I didn't think he was going to get anything out of that, but he did.
Yeah, he's just got the speed. He's got it all.
Yeah, wherewithal.
He's got the American flag on his left bicep, too.
Yeah, nice. United we are.
Timeout called for.
I guess Blount wants to see if they can make sure they can keep him out of the end zone here.
All right, so McGill with 3rd down and hook and lateral play. McGill to the Mary G 30-yard line with 4 seconds left, and they're going to try a 47-yard field goal to tie the game.
Force it to overtime, huh?
Wow. So Spencer Arsenault in at quarterback for McGill.
Injury?
Trying to just give you a little update from what our staff of
your crack reporters on the site, huh?
Also known as Twitter, trying to get this updated here. So
I don't even know how to spell that.
McGill trying to tie the game up here, and out in Sims, that would be a huge win for Mary G to knock off.
Incredible.
It'd be shocking. I mean, it'd be the upset of the year thus far. So second.
I don't know. There was a big one upstate where Hoover lost as well to.
But they lost to the team ranked in the top 5 and maybe the best team in the state. And now Mix breaks a tackle, lunges for in. He's back down to the 2-yard line. Boys, he can be a little fun to watch up here the next 3 years.
He is, except if you're trying to defend him.
It's not going to be fun, huh?
No.
All right, McGill, 47-yard field goal at the horn. They're going to OT.
Wow.
In Sims.
Which favors McGill going into overtime, I would imagine.
Mix changes direction. Trying to go back up the middle and dives down again. And he's down to the 1.
I thought he got it in.
4th.
He's got a lot of change of direction at ease.
For a big guy.
Yeah, look at this right here. He thinks he's going wide. No, he's going inside.
4th and goal.
Yeah, knee was well down.
Here for the Tigers. And he's going to be hit and driven back. What a stop by the Blount Leopards. Wow, wow, wow.
Now we got a player not jumping up. Gratefully, he's okay. Hopefully that's not something serious at the end of the game.
How about that's 4 straight drives. The Baldwin County's been stopped on 4th down.
Man.
And this one really stings down inside the 5.
But really, at this point, the game was in hand.
Yeah, it's all academic and for the box scores.
That was
the paper.
That was Mix, and he's up.
And thank God he's okay, especially as a young guy. He's going to get a few bangs because he just plays the game so loose.
Just
not giving up on plays.
6'2", 210 freshman.
Good bloodlines, you guys say, right?
The name's familiar, right? Yeah. Especially up here.
They're expecting big things from him.
Brian Metz there, the athletic trainer, to get him back on it. And Blount's just going to have to snap it one time here and take a knee.
Now, are they going to get in the pistol?
think they're going to just lunge ahead.
Man, got a good surge there. Should last play of the game unless they decide to burn timeouts, which I don't think they will. Are they out?
Yeah, Blount has one left. They're not going to take a timeout. And so here's our players, our nominations for players of the game. Marcus Brown for Blount, Jairus Harris also for the Leopards, over 100 yards rushing, went out with that concussion protocol, if you will, and Tayshawn Grant for the Baldwin County Tigers. 27-7 your final score.
Good sportsmanship by the two teams.
All right, quickly, let's go down to Taylor's on the sideline. Lev Howley.
With this win, you stay alive with the hopes of course, going to the playoff. It's always difficult to win on the road. How good did this win feel?
It feels good coming out the last week. I told my kids, you're only as good as your last performance. So, man, we give all the praise to God. And those kids, they came out, they prepared, man. So I'm proud of my assistant coaches, proud of my team, proud of our fan base. And, Coach McDaniel, those guys do a good job. But, we just got to keep grinding.
And Jairus Williams obviously played a key role in getting Blount on top early. He had to leave in the third quarter. How were you guys able to rally together as a team and still be productive offensively?
I think it's been battle-tested practice, man. We push those kids. We max them out. Classroom, academics, athletics, social side, spiritual side. But I can't ask for a better group. So, again, I'm proud of my kids. I love them. And, man, just thank y'all for what y'all do.
Thank you, Coach.
All right.
Back up to you, Jim.
All right, thanks, Tara. Thanks to all the great people in Bay Minette. Our first time ever up here. We can't wait to come back. So hopefully we can do it. Thanks to Jared Kihas in the truck, Daniel Hicks, our statistician, Vic Lockett in the booth, Dan Brennan. I'm Jim Cox saying good night from Baldwin County High School. Bay Minette is where we were tonight. Blount comes on the road, gets a 6A Region 1 rough road victory. Next week, we're in Fairhope for Daphne and the Pirates here on UTV 44.